Loja. Ô, é de ti?
Oi, o que aconteceu com você? Seu vestido tá tudo manchado, tá tudo sujo.
This is under the church. Look at these coffins.
Whoa! Whoa! Don't shoot!
These wilderness encounters prove that remote places can hide dangers you never expect. From gunshots surrounding an isolated castle to a suspicious suitcase beside a deserted road, each discovery raises the same question. What would you do next? On August 17, 2026, Josh from the YouTube channel Exploring with Josh was traveling through France documenting abandoned places. During the trip, he and his group entered a private family chapel and later a large abandoned home filled with personal belongings. Both places seemed frozen in time, but what they discovered inside made the exploration increasingly unsettling.
Now, before we go down, obviously we're very respectful. We're just showing you the story and what's happening here. Dude, I've never been down in one of these, bro. I'm kind of one of these old ladders are like super strong.
Be careful.
They broke, bro. Holy shit. I've never seen something like this. You guys are gonna freak out. This is under the church. Look at these coffins. Wow. That built and owned the chateau. What is that thing? That's I'm looking at the spider now. I'm freaking out about the spider down there. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bro, I've never seen stuff like this. Someone's entire body and they were just like in the coffin. Jeez. Catherine Joseph?
Definitely walking the dead at this time. Catherine's buried within the parish.
Okay.
I read that. And Joseph is in the parish.
Well, so what do you think? Why would they be cracked like this? Do you think grave robbers came?
Yeah.
Or they came just to be curious? Because look at this. Look at these coffins. They're so old with like Jesus like implemented on it. These look like vampire coffins, bro.
That's what scares me a little bit. Why is there one missing?
This is, we can see it, Marie, Sophie, Josephine.
That's it, Tracy.
And they have a crazy one with a royal king emblem on it.
Someone's stolen the skull from this one.
And this one has been completely stolen out. Someone robbed the whole thing. The guy who robs places and he was stealing body parts, that's what happened here. You see what happens, they come here, they take the bodies, they sell it online.
Hold on. Oh my god. Oh wow, I know why. It's not.
What is that?
It's lead.
Lead?
It's a pure lead coffin. Now look at that. No, I don't know why they use a lead coffin to put that in, and then they put it in a wooden coffin, and then but this metal coffin here. These metal coffins were one to prevent body snatchers from taking.
This is the actual, oh, never mind. I thought it was the hair of the person. It's not.
Add something else to the lead coffin as well.
Inside the chapel, the group found a family crypt beneath the floor. Josh carefully climbed down an old damaged wooden ladder into the dark chamber, where the condition of the burial site quickly became disturbing. Around 5 old coffins remained inside, including some made with lead and covered in wood. Several had been forced open, and the group believed grave robbers had entered before them. Some remains appeared to be missing, while old clothing and small fragments were still visible. They also discussed an old belief that heavy lead coffins could keep the dead from rising. At the second property, the mystery changed. Family photographs, clothing, passports, VHS tapes, documents, and children's belongings were still scattered throughout the house. Many appeared to date from around 2000 and 2001. Among them were a large boar's head and a strange carved wooden figure that gave Josh chills.
Oh, here I go. Oh my god. Look at the walls. Hey, let me get my light on. This is wild. Whoa, my god. The rooms, the fake flowers. I'd never seen a boar's head in an abandoned place before. That's what I mean. This is why I love France so much. I mean, this was a really good... That's one of the family members that used to live here. There they are over there. This is very early 2000s. We got VHS tapes, still blank tapes, right there. They left here. in the 2000s, very early. Could even be 2002, 1. Dude, it's funny because I never even pointed that out in my video. I was just looking at it.
It's a coconut.
It really is. All their clothes are still left too. I wish it was like dates on clothes so you can kind of figure things out. It's like, oh, this is the tower. Now we're in the tower. Look at this. I think it is the sewing machine kit. It's all pink too, probably maybe for their kids. They must have loved it in there. This family was very family oriented. I mean, by the photos you can see, but by their items, what they have here, they really took care of each other. This is like a little cleaver. Dude, this is heavy. This is, not too bad in here. Surprisingly. Yeah, VHS. Fat screen TVs. All their stuff is thrown out. All their passports are here. I just don't understand. December 1966, this passport was issued. Anything interesting in here? Oh, snap. Their wallet. Crazy.
Moments later, Josh heard heavy footsteps entering the house and a nearby voice. Believing someone had discovered them, he immediately panicked. The stranger turned out to be his friend playing a joke, but Josh's reaction showed how tense the exploration had become. Before leaving, the group found documents and a French military medal linked to Pierre, including an artillery reference. The clues revealed more about the family, but not why so much of their life had been abandoned.
So this one was for being in the military. It was a defence medal for artillery. It says artillery.
Yo.
He went into the government. This is some kind of degree in high up in the government.
Yep, so that's his name.
Yeah.
Pierre. His awards are still here. And I mean, over here, this is the guy we're talking about, just so y'all know. Guy is a legend.
Both places were disturbing in different ways. One contained opened coffins with missing remains, while the other still held the belongings of a family that never returned. Which place would disturb you more and why? What would you do if something you thought was a mannequin suddenly moved? What began as a casual night out soon became a disturbing encounter inside an abandoned building. On July 24, 2026, the YouTube channel Anar Chill uploaded a video featuring Anar and several friends. The channel shares highlights from Anar's streams, including everyday outings, humorous moments, interactions with friends, and real-world adventures. During this hours-long live stream, the group spent much of their time driving around the city and hanging out. Viewers suggested waiting until night to explore a nearby abandoned building. The live stream continued as the group entered and looked around. Eventually, Anar and his friends reached the upper floor where they noticed someone sitting deeper inside the dark attic. Anar moved closer to see what was there.
Мы заблудились, надо выходить отсюда. Или были?
Нет.
Там мы были. Мы там были? Бля, мы в тупике каком. Нам нужно вернуться как-то. Клянусь, я заблудился. Ой, тут страшно, вы чё? Я бы здесь один просто бы. Я бы никогда в жизни бы сюда один не пошел. Стойте. Прикиньте, тут бомжи живут. Ебать! Стой, 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 без приколов. Без приколов. Я не вижу лицо, просто мне темно. Кто там? С маской?
Это кукла, походу, я хз.
Все, это Леха тогда.
In one corner, he could make out a motionless human figure. At first, the group believed it was a mannequin. After looking more carefully, Anar agreed, although the figure still seemed unusually realistic. Because of the darkness, he could not clearly see its face. Wanting to be certain, Anar tried several times to approach, but each time he stopped before getting too close.
В смысле манекен? Блядь. Какой манекен? Вы чё? Что это, блядь? Это ты? А чё я могу кинуть? Нет, это Леха. Леха, что у него на голове? Я не вижу голову. Кто это? Леха. Лех, это ты? Да. Предупреждаю. Это Леха, наверное. Да, это индеец Леха.
Then the supposed mannequin suddenly moved slightly. The group immediately realized it was a real person, who had apparently been sitting motionless in the attic the entire time. Terrified, Anar and his friends fled the building. The encounter left one question. Why would someone sit completely still in the darkness of an abandoned attic while strangers explored the property? Later reports suggested the incident may have been a planned prank. According to those claims, one viewer had intentionally directed Anar and his friends to that specific building, so the person inside could scare them. If that was really the plan, it clearly worked. In very low light, the brain can misread incomplete visual information, which may explain why the person first appeared to be a mannequin. A planned prank could have taken advantage of that uncertainty. Do you think this encounter was staged, or did Anar genuinely have no idea someone was waiting inside? On January 14, 2021, Pasha Brill set out to explore an abandoned military base. He later uploaded the footage to Instagram under the title, "Worst Mistake of My Life." Pasha had received classified coordinates that had reportedly circulated on closed forums a few years earlier. The base did not appear on any map, and the coordinates led him deep into the forest along overgrown railroad tracks for several miles. When he reached the site, abandoned warehouses, rusted gates, and old hangars made it look untouched for decades. According to some sources, however, the base had only been shut down 3 or 4 years earlier. After exploring several structures, Pasha was preparing to leave when he noticed movement nearby. Aware of the risk, he stayed quiet and used his flashlight only when necessary. While checking one building, he heard a noise and realized someone seemed to be moving toward him. As he tried to move around the area, gunshots rang out in the distance. He stepped into a building to catch his breath, then realized an armed man was standing directly behind him. Fear and adrenaline left Pasha disoriented, and he struggled to find a way out. He occasionally switched on his flashlight for a moment, knowing the light could also reveal his position. Eventually, he hid inside one of the hangars and decided to wait until sunrise. Around 4 in the morning, he looked outside and saw no flashlights nearby. Whoever had been searching the area may have left. What exactly was being protected inside the abandoned base remains unclear. Extreme stress can narrow attention and disrupt spatial awareness, which may explain Pasha's disorientation after the gunfire. In darkness, even briefly, using a flashlight could expose his location. Was someone simply guarding the property? Or was there another reason they wanted outsiders to stay away? A solo hike through the Lancashire countryside led Laura to an isolated ruin with a disturbing reputation. Only after reaching the site did she remember that Holland's Head Wellhouse was believed to be haunted. On July 5, 2026, Laura the Explorer uploaded a video about her visit to Holland's Head Wellhouse in Lancashire. Her channel focuses on unusual historic and abandoned places. After a long hike, Laura reached the old estate and remembered what she had previously read online.
One of the things that I have read online, which has literally just dawned upon me, because it was a while ago that I read this. This place is meant to be haunted. That is eerie up there. That's the bothy thing that we're going to go and look at, but I want to read this sign first. Holland's Head Hall and Wellhouse. Well, it's peeled off. I am going to have to do some digging about this. Massively.
The Wellhouse was said to be haunted, and she was there alone. She first examined the surrounding ruins where old foundations remained hidden among the vegetation, suggesting the Wellhouse had once been part of a larger property.
That is really eerie. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit scared to go in on my own. Wait, is that water? running out of it.
When she reached the main structure, the door was already open. The surroundings had become darker, and she hesitated before moving closer. Inside, Laura noticed running water, and then spotted something unexpected near one opening.
Can you see the reef behind me? So is this the wellhouse? But there's more walls coming from there. And then what are these like little these for? It's like it's pushing from the top somewhere. Guys, this is so creepy.
A wreath had been left inside. As she continued around the building, she also found a ribbon on a windowsill. Although she joked about being haunted, she became increasingly uneasy. Later, Laura researched the site and learned that the wellhouse reportedly stands near an ancient holy spring. People once visited the spring because they believed its water could heal illnesses.
So the wellhouse itself actually sits on the site of an ancient holy spring that people are believed to have visited for centuries. Apparently travelled to this spot believing that the water could heal illnesses. And the ruins that I stumbled across weren't actually random at all. They are what's actually left of the Hollinshead Hall estate. Where I actually had no idea that I was walking through what was once a much larger site with centuries of history.
Some historians have also suggested the structure may have been connected to secret Catholic worship. More recently, visitors have reported voices, shadowy figures, and the feeling of being watched around the ruins. While leaving, Laura realized she had wandered away from the correct route. The woods began to look almost identical in every direction, increasing her anxiety.
The house is literally behind me. I need to find the road. Once I find the road, I'll be on the right track. I don't know why I think I can get away with taking my own diversions. All I need is a road, and then I can find the moors. I can't walk through them in shorts. Don't think I can take this path.
Near the well house, she also found evidence that someone had recently camped there. Fortunately, Laura eventually spotted the road, again returned to the proper trail, and safely headed home. Nothing followed her from the ruins. Isolation and limited visibility can heighten alertness, making unfamiliar surroundings feel more threatening. That may explain why ordinary details around the well house felt increasingly unsettling. Would you explore a place with this reputation completely alone? A random location led Malia and Jasmine far outside the city. What they found beside the road was disturbing enough, but something hidden in their footage made the encounter even stranger. On April 21st, TikTok user Arwa111 Malia shared another video from her Randonautica saga, a series documenting her experiences using the location-generating app. This time, Malia was traveling with her friend Jasmine. The pair used Randonautica and received a random location far from the city. As they followed the route, it became increasingly unsettling, eventually leading them toward the outskirts of town and what was almost a dead end.
What the oh my god, no, turn around. There's a fucking suitcase. Jasmine, no. Jasmine, no, turn around! What? Did you get it? Yes, I got it. Just keep going. Because that's a bloody suitcase with like plastic and twigs. I swear it had like plastic wrapped around it.
They continued and soon noticed a suitcase beside the road. Looking closer, they saw something inside wrapped in plastic with an unknown liquid leaking from it. The discovery reminded them of a previous Randonautica case in which teenagers had accidentally found a suitcase containing human remains. Malia and Jasmine decided not to take any chances. They immediately drove away and contacted police.
Emergency, what service?
Police. We didn't know if that was like something we should report or not. Any reason that it's because last time we did use the app, we got chased by this man and he kind of stalked us home. Yeah.
So. Okay, assuming no one's talking at the moment, right?
No.
And a number of my colleagues have just turned around and looked at me and gone, so obviously other people know what it is. So tell me about the suitcase.
While waiting for an update, they reviewed their recorded footage and noticed something they had missed earlier. In a nearby cornfield, a strange human-like figure appeared to be watching them before disappearing into the corn. Malia later said police never told them exactly what was found inside the suitcase. According to the girls, however, there was another unusual detail. The suitcase appeared to carry the Randonautica logo, the same app that had directed them to the location. That detail made the encounter even more difficult to explain. Randonautica generates locations, so finding something disturbing at a destination does not necessarily prove the app caused or arranged the discovery. Were the suitcase and the figure connected, or was everything simply an unsettling coincidence? On May 22, 2023, Rodolfo Augusto uploaded another investigation with Wellington near an abandoned house beside a cornfield. His YouTube channel documents supernatural investigations, often mixing unsettling encounters with humor. The property was familiar from earlier visits, but this return quickly became more unsettling. From inside the car, Rodolfo and Wellington noticed a white figure near the road to the abandoned house. As they got closer, they recognized the mysterious woman they had encountered before. They were cautious because she had taken their machete during an earlier recording.
Ué, a gente chegou agora, mano. E tem alguém de branco lá, mano. Possivelmente a velha. Você lembra que eu te falei pra você dessa velha? Mano, é onde eu queria levar você hoje. Eu sabia que isso aqui tem alguma ligação, mano. Calma aí, vou parar o carro aqui. Vou parar um pouco meio longe, sabe por quê? Porque da última vez ela roubou meu facão, tá?
Você tá com ela?
Não vou saber? A gente vai descobrir agora. Oi! Mano, ela tá... O que aconteceu com ela? O que tá acontecendo? Oi? O que aconteceu? O que você tá fazendo aqui?
Você mora aqui?
Não, eu não moro aqui, ué. Ela é de outro lugar. Ela é da outra casa que eu ia te levar. Oi? O que aconteceu com você? Seu vestido tá tudo manchado, tá tudo sujo.
Rodolfo approached and tried to speak with her, but she stayed silent. The camera revealed dark red stains across parts of her white dress. No one could confirm what the substance was. The sight made the encounter more disturbing. Before they could learn anything else, the woman moved away and disappeared around the property. Rodolfo searched outside the abandoned house and found similar dark red marks on the old walls. They examined the stains but still could not identify them. The marks now seemed connected to the woman's appearance rather than being limited to her clothing.
No dia que eu vim tava molhado. Oi! O que foi?
Sei lá.
Tá fuçando aí?
Não.
Ah, eu acho que eu não vi. Ô! Cadê você? O Cícero se enfiou, mano, no milharal. Bom, aquela hora que ela veio e entrou aqui pra dentro, você viu que ficou respingo lá no milho, né? Se ela entrou no milho, mano, possivelmente deve ter aqui. A gente vai conseguir seguir o rastro dela, mano.
More red stains appeared on corn plants beside the property. Rodolfo and Wellington believed the woman had entered the cornfield, so they followed the apparent trail while carrying sticks for protection. They searched the rows but could not find her. Back at the abandoned house, Rodolfo suddenly looked upward and believed he saw what appeared to be a hand reaching from an upper section of the damaged structure. He and Wellington aimed their flashlights toward the dark corners and ceiling.
Eu não tô louco. Eu vi uma mão ali em cima. Eu gravei isso, mano. Quê? Vem logo. Eu vi, cadê você? Eu vi sua mão aqui. Eu vi que você tá aqui, ó. Mano, não pode, velho. Eu vi a mão aqui, eu não tô louco. Eu não tô louco. Ué, vamos lá na casa dela. Eu preciso pegar meu facão. Ela não tá aqui com o facão pode estar lá. O que foi?
Jogaram alguma coisa aqui, você viu?
Eu não vi nada, eu só escutei o seu...
Aqui, ó. Foi sem querer, velho. Vai logo, ó. Você viu?
Mano, acho que ela tá correndo no milharal. Vamos pra casa dela, vamos. Ó, cuidado do prego aí, hein. Vamos, Edu! O que foi?
Nossa, tem um bagulho ali.
Que bagulho?
Olha lá, olha lá. Olha lá, olha lá. Aqui, ó. Vem ver, vem ver. Fica olhando no teto, ó. Fica vendo.
Mano, olha ali em cima pra você ver, eu tô vendo um ninho. Em cima do negócio ali, ó. Do teto.
Onde?
Um ninho, ali em cima do teto.
They found a nest above them, but nothing clearly explained what Rodolfo thought he had seen. With the woman still missing and the strange marks unexplained, they left for the main house connected to her, hoping to recover the missing machete. One possibility is that the red stains marked the woman's path through the property, but neither their source nor the strange figure above the house was ever confirmed. What do you think Rodolfo actually encountered that day? A night inside an isolated castle in Turkey was supposed to be another adventure for Mike. Instead, gunshots suddenly passed overhead, forcing him to abandon his camp and run into the darkness. On November 13, 2021, the YouTube channel Fearless and Far premiered a video documenting one of Mike's trips through Turkey. The channel follows his journeys to unusual and sometimes dangerous places around the world, including lost tribes and wild adventures. During this trip, Mike set out to explore an ancient castle with a dark local reputation. Little was known about its history, but people in the area believed something sinister was connected to the site, giving it a reputation involving danger and the supernatural. As evening approached, Mike discovered a hidden path leading toward the castle. Although tired and still needing a place to camp before the cold night, he decided to explore the ruins and see whether he could stay there overnight.
Look at this, look at this, look at this. It's a light. Is this place lit up at night? It wouldn't make any sense though. I mean, obviously the light's here, but the town is way beyond the edge. You can't even see it, so, I mean, no one will be able to see it lit up. Oh, but the cables are cut. Look at that.
These cut wires were the first clue to my misadventure later that night.
Inside, he walked through old stone corridors, examined openings in the walls, and noticed damaged wires that appeared to belong to an old lighting system. At the time, the wires seemed unimportant. After darkness fell, Mike set up camp and started a fire. He then realized his headlamp was missing. With no working light nearby, he made a temporary torch and went searching for his equipment. That was when he heard the first gunshot.
A gunshot. I didn't hear it, and I continued around the side of the castle in view of the path. 2 more gunshots.
Guys, someone came with a gun and fired shots at the castle. They're firing shots at me.
I have 2 choices. Stay in the castle and hold my ground, hoping this is just some simple misunderstanding, that they think I'm some mischievous kid.
They're coming closer. I don't want to.
Or grab my things and run. Maybe they're drunk, crazy locals. Or maybe worse.
Mike almost ignored the faint sound, but as he moved along the castle wall into a more exposed area, 2 more shots rang out and bullets passed overhead. Additional shots followed, becoming closer and more frequent. Realizing someone was firing either at him or dangerously near him, Mike decided not to remain there. He grabbed only the essentials and ran into the darkness, leaving much of his gear behind.
I left everything behind, and now I'm trying to find a safe place to go. That's them there with a flashlight. You hear those gunshots? They don't want me here.
While escaping, he noticed a flashlight moving in the distance. Mike contacted a nearby friend and learned that police were already searching the area for a suspected intruder, possibly a looter or someone more dangerous. Authorities had apparently mistaken Mike for that person.
No problem.
No problem.
Turkish. Hoş geldin. You are welcome. Nereye? Aşağı mı inmiştin?
Yeah. Can I make video?
No.
No?
No.
No, okay.
So then, we make an audio note.
So you thought I was a... You thought I was a thief?
Yeah.
How many bullets did you shoot?
4 or 5.
4 or 5 bullets. Yeah. And then you? 3. 5 from a pistol and 3 from a AK-47 or something similar. I was like, what the fuck? And then I ran so fast in the dark with no light.
Military personnel soon arrived and ordered him back toward the camp. They surrounded him with weapons drawn and began questioning him. Once they realized he was a Canadian tourist with a camera who had been trying to camp at the castle, their attitude changed. The soldiers treated him kindly, drove him to a hotel, and told him to rest. The next day, Mike began piecing together what had happened. The damaged wires he had noticed earlier were connected to the castle's lighting system. Locals had seen an unfamiliar vehicle and a man carrying camera equipment and assumed he might be searching for treasure. Authorities also discovered that the castle lights were not working. The lighting was normally kept on at night to discourage intruders, but the control box near the entrance had been damaged. Police believed someone had deliberately disabled the system to move around without being seen. Mike's presence inside the dark castle therefore appeared far more suspicious than it really was. In the end, the entire situation had been an extremely unfortunate coincidence. Mike later admitted he kept thinking about how differently the night could have ended if the people who found him had been actual criminals or hostile individuals. Fortunately, he escaped unharmed. The disabled lighting helps explain the confusion. At an isolated site, broken security lights combined with an unknown visitor could quickly increase suspicion. Would you have stayed to explain yourself or run like Mike did? A routine ATV ride turned terrifying when Leon encountered an armed stranger deep in the woods. For our final encounter, we turned to a video uploaded by the YouTube channel Leon RFPOA on December 1st, 2013. The channel features outdoor activities, off-road adventures, van life, food, and other everyday experiences.
Aha! Watch out for this gravel, man.
Leon was riding his ATV through the woods near a railroad when he noticed a trail and decided to follow it. Then everything changed. A man near the trail suddenly confronted Leon and ordered him to leave.
I would dare say there are wild turkeys somewhere around here.
Whoa! Whoa! Don't shoot!
Huh? Oh, I was just riding. Okay, I'll get out right now. Okay, I'm leaving.
According to Leon, the area was not private property, and the man refused to identify himself. Leon later said the land did not belong to the man. He also claimed the stranger was sitting in a handmade deer stand nailed into a tree, and was not wearing blaze orange. The confrontation quickly became dangerous. Leon said the man fired a shot in his direction and pointed the firearm at him 3 separate times while threatening him and demanding that he leave. Leon believed he may have encountered a poacher who reacted aggressively after being discovered. He also suspected the ATV may have frightened away nearby deer, possibly making the man even angrier. Whatever the reason, Leon was now facing an armed stranger who had already fired toward him. Rather than continue arguing, Leon apologized several times, started his ATV, and left the area. The experience understandably left him deeply unsettled after having a gun pointed at him multiple times during what had begun as an ordinary ride. An armed confrontation can trigger an intense stress response, forcing attention toward immediate survival. That may explain why Leon focused on escaping instead of continuing to challenge the man. If you were in Leon's position, how would you have handled that confrontation? The comments are open, so let us know what you would have done. That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.